And welcome back to Pilsen in Czechia, where you join us for the second session on day 4 of 6 of the European Powerlifting Championships, day 1 of 3 days of open competition.
Don't try to drain my energy, the enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease, but I won't let it get to me. I don't need your therapy, I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this, freedom is priceless, spread just like a virus, living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you seek greatness? Trust me, you can take it, go on and take your aim. Built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break the glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the...
Yes, it is day 1 of open competition, session 2. What a fantastic session the lighter women's classes gave us this morning. If you haven't seen that, please do catch up with it on YouTube, Euro Powerlifting channel. But we are with the lighter men now. We've got 2 back-to-back flights in the second of 3 sessions today. Flight 1 is the 59 and 66 kilo classes. Flight 2 is the 74s. They will go back to back. And the clock is just ticking down towards 0. And the first lifter out will be representing Poland. And it'll be Paweł Osmielowski. And he will open with 190 kilos. His squat PB, 257.5. He's a Masters 1 now, 45 years old, been competing for 22 years. And he opens the men's open competition with a squat of 190 kilos. Referees today are from Czechia, Finland and Great Britain. The referee from Great Britain taking his CAT 2 exam. Well, it is Osmielowski. $190 to get the competition underway. Looks good. 3 white lights, and I'm delighted to say that I'm joined in the commentary booth this afternoon by James Brinkat-Smith, fresh from coaching this morning, James.
Oh, it's been a great
You had
morning.
a good morning, didn't you?
Absolutely fantastic morning. Emma's been looking for that number for some time now. I know she had a smoker, and Ellie, well, also very amazing, so we're doing well today. It's been a great morning.
So now we have a Hadzanian, my apologies. A Hadzanian, I'm told. Representing Ukraine in the 59 kilo class. And turn down on depth, 2-1. And next up we've got Jacopo Sant'Angelo from Italy. His opener is 225.
Great stuff. 225 opener, 237.5 personal best. So I don't think we'll be too far off actually getting closer to that today for sure.
Should be a safe opener, you would hope. But we've said that before this week.
Let the first squat nerves settle in. Get that gamble over with and he's off. Looks strong.
Looks nice and deep, very smooth. And
Yeah,
3
I'm
white
sure.
lights.
I'm sure we'll see a personal best for him today.
Now, Bernie McGurk, you've been in the warm-up room with him, James. How's he
have.
doing?
I've been all over the world with Bernie. He's doing well. He's doing very well. Here as a Masters 2 representing the British Open team. A great honour for Bernie, and also great to have him on the team as
Indeed.
a wonderful team member.
And great as a coach when he's not lifting himself.
He is also director of Scottish Powerlifting.
Indeed. A man of many talents.
Very busy man.
And just for those at home wondering why I don't call him Bernard, I asked this morning which he preferred.
Bernie.
And he said, Bernie, it's not Sunday.
Yes! Yes!
So he's opening on 227.5. As James said, Masters 2, born in 1968, but still performing to a very high standard. And that's 3 white lights.
You can never tell with Bernie. With that face, it always looks difficult, but he gets it back up again.
Of course, James, another of your colleagues sitting his referee's exam this afternoon.
He is the great Bryn Evans. He's done some wonderful work for British powerlifting, and English powerlifting is here today.
And he has done for many years.
He's a great exponent of the sport. Very, very passionate.
Now, this is Dariusz Wojula, Poland, another Masters 1 lifter, 44 years of age, opening on 230 kilos, and a fantastic competitor for many years. And if it hadn't been for Fedoshenko in the same weight class, how many more world titles might Wojula have won? Because time after time, he came second. So 230 for his opener. Last out in the 59s. Looks good.
Fabulous work. It's great to see these two weight classes absolutely stacked with Masters lifters.
Now, Gorge Moise, well, he's already been coaching, refereeing and technical controlling this week. Now his turn to lift. The Romanian team seemingly getting stronger every year. All the remaining first round lifters in the 66s. Oh, looks strong, yeah. 3 white lights. Now, Kamil Iwaziov from Poland, 38 years old, one of the younger lifters here today. And he's opening on 240 kilos.
Platform crew doing very well as ever.
Oh, yes. And we're just looking ahead in this, James. I'm not sure we should always look ahead, but a great battle for the podium and prospect between Hassan El Belghiti, Antti Savalainen and Matthias Grotkowski. But before the three of them, it's Iwaziov.
20 kilos separates the top three in prognosis.
And you know El Belghiti's going to jump between deadlifts, and he's probably not alone. Savalainen, a big deadlifter. Look at the clock. Oh, that was cutting it fine. Looks good though.
Gets it in. 2-1. Centre ref went on deck.
Have a look again, see what you think, James.
I mean, I'd give the lifter the benefit of the
Yeah.
doubt there. It's always hard to see from the front as well.
Yeah. And also, we don't have the ideal location here, 30 yards back from the
nobody
platform.
It's a split-second
Yeah.
decision from anybody sat in those
Indeed.
chairs. It's a hard job.
Now, Antti Savolainen, Finland, 260 kilos. The lowest squat of the top three, if you want to call it that, but the best bench press. Sorry, Grotkovsky's bench press is even better. So close.
Very smooth. 2-1. Centre going on depth again.
Same thing exactly. But he gets it 2-1. Now the great, and I think I'm allowed to use that term, the great Hassan El Belghiti, France, 275 kilos for his opener, 47 years old now.
Typically do see more masses in the lighter weight classes. I think they're just they're fitter and the body doesn't take as much of a beating, but they are some strengthful athletes.
So this to get the opening squat out of the way. Always one of the big issues in equipped powerlifting, get that first squat in. No doubt about that,
beautiful.
surely.
An absolute beauty. 3 white lights. And we move forward to the last squat of the 66 kilo class. It's a very good opening round of squats, really. Only one red light at the minute.
And that was just in depth. You know, it wasn't a strength issue. He should get it next time. So Mariusz Grotkovsky, 33 years old, 280 kilos on the bar. The best opening squat, the best opening bench, but far from the best opening deadlift. And that's what is going to bring the other two back to him. But once again, get the first squat in and then move forward.
Strong step out.
Had to fight a bit.
He did have to fight a bit. There we go. I thought so.
No depth.
That's
Well. A little bit of drama to end the round.
That suit looks a little tight. I wouldn't be surprised if they go up a bit for the next one.
Just to explain that remark, James, you mean put more weight on the bar so it's easier to make depth?
Exactly, yeah. He seemed to struggle to get down in the first place, which may have got him slightly offline. And then once you've missed your groove in a squat suit, it can be pretty much game over. But he managed to stand back up again, so all credit to him for that. So we'll just see what they're going to put in next for the
This
Polish.
is Ahadzanian, Ukraine, retaking 190 kilos.
Strength wasn't a problem last time.
Oh, that's much deeper.
That looks so much nicer. Depth again, 3 red lights.
Well, all three referees say the same thing. Well, he's going to have to go deeper to stay in the competition. It's as simple as that.
I think if I was in his position now, I think I'd be waiting, asking my coach to shout me back up again. And just hold on and hold on and hold on until that shout.
Now, Pavel Osmilovsky, his second round attempt, 200 kilos.
kilo jump from the last effort.
That dip probably just got it in.
3 white lights. Good work there.
Jacopo Sant'Angelo from Italy next. 235 kilos on the bar.
As we thought, he's getting very close to his PB now, so we'll whack something else on for his final lift. Let's get this one out of the way first. Nobody looks like they're struggling with any of these weights so far.
And this is the 59 kilo class, sorry. We should have said for both the first two lifters and Sant'Angelo.
Very deep.
Looks good.
Yes. 3 white lights. I think if I was his coach, I'd put at least another 5 on there.
Yeah. When we say nobody's struggling, it's relative because all the veins on the side of the head are popping.
Here comes Bernie McGurk again.
237.5, first out in the 66s. Remember, a Masters 2 lifter, born 1968, still competing in the open class. And a former World Masters 2 champion. I think he won that in Mongolia,
He did win that in
if
Mongolia
I remember
a couple
right.
of years ago, and also won best lifter, best Masters 2 lifter at the time.
And still mixing it with the youngsters.
Oh, Bernie.
That was high.
That was high.
Yeah.
He knew it. He knew it the minute he started standing up. You could see. Yeah, his knees just shot forward, so he didn't have any chance of getting depth there.
What do you think he can do differently the next time?
I think we just need to sit back into the suit a little bit more. The minute your knees shoot forward in that sort of situation, you're never going to get any depth. The weight's too heavy, and yet again, you're going to lose your line. So keep those hips back. Try and keep your knees back, and he'll get through.
Now Darius Viziola, 240 kilos. Last out in the second round in the 59s.
Steady himself nicely. You look good from here. 3 white lights.
Yeah. Yeah, we're looking forward to a battle between Viziola and Sant'Angelo for the overall title. And every kilo that Viziola can add is a kilo less he'll have to put on the deadlift in the third round. Gorgi Moisa, Romania next. Yes, Viziola has much the better bench press. Sant'Angelo much the better deadlift. So it's going to be close. So if Viziola can open any gap in the squat, that's to his benefit. Moisa in the 66 has only gone up 5. Oh, that's a lovely looking squat.
Beautiful. 3 white lights.
Not a lot more to be said, really, is there?
No. And it's good to see the referees all in agreement on the majority of the time here.
Especially the one taking his exam.
Especially Bryn. Well done, Bryn.
So Ivaziov 255, PB 242.5. So he's going way past his PB for the second round attempt.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of personal bests falling this week. I think this is probably the first. I think this is the first European Championship we've had in the last 3 years, is it?
Well, we
2
had one
years?
last year here, but it wasn't very well attended. We were just coming out of almost phase 1 of COVID before we went into
Yeah.
phase 2 again.
It's the first time we've had a larger group of athletes. Busy days as well.
Yes, indeed. So for a huge PB, this is Kamil Iwaziov from Poland, 255 kilos.
Steadies himself.
No, just too much. I'm not sure he made depth either.
Too much, a little too high.
Now Antti Savolainen, 270 kilos. Antti, of course, a Masters 1 lifter himself these days. Born in 1978. I still think of that as really young, showing my age.
Age comes to all of us, Marty. What would the referee say about that one?
It came up well, and it went down just far enough. Both the side referees call it good. Centre referee called it in depth. And I think it's one of those on the border one, James. It could have gone either way.
I think it is, but I think it also with these lighter weight men, you can see a little bit more from the front.
Yeah.
But also it can be quite deceiving, and the ones on the side are the best ones to see for, in the best place to be able to see for depth, really.
Now this is Mariusz Grotkowski. Missed his opener. Has to come back and take it again, and that could be costly. When the prognosis has the top 3 so close, he's effectively giving away kilos by having to take his opener again. No!
Oh, well caught, spotters.
Well, he just lost it completely there.
That's never nice to see.
No.
For the spotters as well, and he's up. He's up.
Yeah, he's walked off the stage under his own steam, but what will that do to him mentally coming back to take the same weight
It's
third
going
time?
to be really hard for him to come back for that third squat. I think he just lost balance, didn't he?
Yes. Now Hassan El Belghiti, he's jumped 15 kilos to 290.
Spotters are all okay. That's a lot of weight for them to catch, 280 kilos, but this Czech spotting team, they know their business.
Absolutely.
It's nice to see some younger faces in the team as well.
Yes, Jan Pinch was rear sporting this morning.
Jan
but
my nemesis, he's beaten me on a regular basis on that platform.
But other than that, it's new faces.
It is.
But still maintaining the high standards of Czech sporting crews of the past. So Hassan El Belghiti, 290 kilos. Last out, second round. Oh, what a battle. Is he going to get it? Oh,
Look
yes.
at that.
What a fight. 3 wide lights. I think I may be tempted to take a rest in the third round.
That was on the money, that
Wasn't
one.
it? Right on the limit.
So it really is good to see these new faces in the Czech spotting team. And it's a great, as a lifter, it's a great place to lift as well.
Yes.
I don't know any athlete who doesn't come over to Pilsen, to the Park Hotel, and not really look forward to everything that they put on for
Sorry
us.
to interrupt, James. Very big lift here. This is Ahad Saidian from Ukraine, and he needs this to stay in the competition. Now, I think it's fair to say we both thought he'd gone deep enough the second time,
looked good.
but he got 3 reds, so somehow he's got to go deeper. Surely that's
I'd say
good.
that was deep
Surely that's good.
I'll tell you that's deep enough. 3
Yes.
white lights, well done.
3 white lights, and what a relief for all of us.
It is, and like I said earlier, if I was in a position, and that's exactly what he did, he got the coach shouted and shouted and shouted and gave him the up, and then we were off. A great recovery.
Now, Pavel Osmielovsky, he's taking 210 kilos. The weight. Oh, that looks good. Dipped in nicely.
Unusual to see an equipped lifter with such a high bar position.
Yes.
Having to remain quite upright in his squat, but there he goes, 3 squats.
Now, Bernie McGurk missed this last time. You said he just had to sit into his suit a little bit more,
sit back
James.
a little bit more. Dean would have told him all that beforehand.
First lifter out in the 66s. He knows what he's got to do. Vastly experienced both as a lifter and a coach. Looks totally up for this lift.
Slow it down. Let's see how we are on there.
Yeah, wait for the referees. No,
Oh.
no, I did worry about it being high again. And 2-1, it's a no lift.
But he's on the board.
He is indeed. And we move back to the 59 kilo class for Jacopo Sant'Angelo, 240 kilos.
The British coach there is going to go on. Looks like he's going over to the jury.
Oh, that's strong.
Does look strong.
Yes.
So you see Dean Bowring coming back over the stage there. The lifters at home, if you get 2 red lights, 1 white light, the coach has the right to go to the jury and ask their opinion also. See if you can get a lifter overturned. But it looks like they've kept it as it was for Bernie.
Darius Vizola, 247.5 kilos, only 2.5 kilos below his lifetime best. And that is some going for someone in his late 40s to still pretty much be lifting as well as you ever have done in your life. And he will take the gold medal in squat with this lift. He's second on body weight at the moment on 240. Sant'Angelo leads by virtue of lighter body weight.
Maintaining strength as a Masters 1 requires lots of hard work.
Oh, fantastic lift. Fantastic lift.
Yes.
Well, 2 of the referees agreed with
2 of them
me.
did.
And not only does he take squad gold, but importantly, he takes a 7.5 kilo advantage over Sant'Angelo forward to bench press. And now Ivaziov, 255 kilos. Well, El Bagiti is coming out again. I thought he might just leave it at 2, but he's coming out for 295. And he'd probably prove us wrong by smashing it.
That would be the good thing to see, wouldn't it?
Yeah. No, this is Ivaziov. As we said, 255. I'm not sure that he's coming out. Yes, he is. Just sometimes a slight delay when the knees are wrapped, James, because the last thing you want to do is wrap them too early.
It's a painful job.
Yeah.
And a minute to get out there, get your squat command is longer than people think.
As long as you don't have to re-rack.
Well,
that's when you
let's
have
get
your
the job
problem.
done right.
Yeah. So he's got 15 seconds left, as you can see. No, was that deep enough?
Well, it looked pretty high from our vantage point.
Yeah. The last thing you want to do is call it high and then you see 3 white lights.
Yeah.
And the lifter showing his montage to all his friends and the commentators spoil everything for him. But no, that did look high. Now, Gorgi Moise, Romania, 255 kilos. In 3rd place in squat, but remember, Grodkowski has not got a lift in yet. So this is an extra 15 kilos. He only jumped 5 from 1st to 2nd. Now he's going 15 from 2nd to 3rd. Oh, that looks good. That looks strong. And he gets it 2 to 1. And he's passed out with the effort. Wow, he just gave everything there. Managed to get it back into the racks. And didn't even have the strength to stand up.
So, of course, he put 255 in to try and look at, trying to get himself a bronze medal. He was lighter in body weight than the Polish.
Yeah, and the Polish lifter didn't get it anyway.
No, but he did well. That was a good effort.
You know, when you see that reaction afterwards, you know the lifter's given absolutely everything. Top 3 to go. Antti Savolainen next, 275 kilos in 2nd place. But a successful lift by Grodkowski could push him down. But he will definitely get a squat medal. But you can bet his focus is on total, not on squat.
Looks very secure.
Very strong back up. No, he didn't go down far enough. 2 to 1. It was always on the border, wasn't it? And you think it's going to be a 2 to 1, but you never know which way the 2 to 1 is going to go. Now, this is the most important lift of the day in many respects. This is Mariusz Grodkowski, the favorite at the start. And he missed his opener. He missed it 2nd time round really badly. And here he comes to take it again.
Coaches would have had a good talk to him.
They'll have told him many times he's done this in the gym.
Good step out.
Well, I think they took it too early and there'll be a protest. But I also think there was downward movement.
There will be a protest. There was, from where we looked, there did seem to be a downward movement. And
the jury will look at it all.
Well, the jury haven't even got up, so I would think that they approve.
I thought the Poles might approach the jury, but that's Grodkowski out, I'm afraid. And the favourite has gone. And now Hassan El Belghiti.
And that really shakes up the order then, doesn't it?
Oh, totally. And now we thought Hassan was on his limit at 290, that he might even pass his third attempt, but he's gone 5 kilos more.
He's already got squat gold.
Yeah.
He gets this, and then overall prognosis puts him 5 kilos ahead of second place. It's an important lift.
Oh, wow, how did he do that?
And there you go, Martin, you were right. He's proved us wrong. 3
Oh,
white lights.
I was right that he proved us wrong.
He's
I love
lifted
that.
out of his skin there. What an amazing lift that was. Coach carries him off.
Fantastic lifting by Hassan El Belghiti, and we can't even pause to ponder what we've just seen. A word of sympathy for Grotkovsky. So brave to come back after that second attempt. But we move into the 74 kilo class, and it's Bogdan Pop from Romania to open up with 190 kilos. James, I think we've got the biggest favourite of the whole week here, Kjell Backeland. His prognosis is 830, the next best is 690.
His prognosis is outrageous, Martin.
Well, I remember him as a 93, and winning the world title as a 93, or was it an 83? Back in 2013. But he's dropped weight and not dropped any strength. It's a good looking opener.
Yes, second lift. 235 kgs on the bar right now.
3 white lights.
Now Jan Moore from Czech Republic. 235 kilos.
1 minute more.
Just 5 kilos short of his PB.
Superior suit. You don't see many of those these days. Out he comes.
Are they from a bygone age?
Well, no, they're not from a bygone age, are they? They still work very well.
Well, worked
Ordered
well
by
enough
the
there.
coach.
At second lift.
3 white lights.
240 kgs on the bar right now for Diego.
Diego Milani, Italy, 240 kilos.
1 minute, Milani. Speed, next lifter.
6 lifters in this 74 kilo class, so it'll rattle by in no time at all.
That's quick, isn't it?
Not a lot of time for equipped lifting, is there?
I once lifted in a class of 6 as a super heavyweight. That's quite possibly the hardest work I've ever done in my life.
Oh, I can imagine.
In Milan, in the height of summer. That was not a pleasant experience. Steps out well.
Good lifter. Yeah, seen him on several occasions.
that was
Very
quick.
solid.
That was quick.
240 on the bar. Right now for
Great work from the Italian.
1 minute with speed.
Next, we've got another familiar name and face, Gregory Austin from Belgium, also opening on 240 kilos. Belgium becoming a really strong powerlifting nation, of course, both equipped and classic. No, no, his body just went forward, didn't it? What would your analysis as a coach be there, James?
Very, very wide stance, and he just tipped forward a touch on the way up. And when you've got such a wide stance as he's got, it's very, very hard to control if you lose your line.
Now, R.A. Singhi from the Netherlands, 265 kilos. And this is the fight to be the best of the rest.
You look comfortable.
Yeah.
3 white lights.
And now the one and only Kjell Egil Bakkelund, Norway, to open on 310. 45 kilos more than the next heaviest opening weight in the class.
Our first Norwegian at the open category.
In the men.
In the men.
We had a very successful Norwegian this morning. What a great competition that was.
Fabulous.
Against the Polish lifter, Karen Hesthammer, coming out on top in what was a battle of the coaches as well as a battle of the lifters.
All those red
against
plates.
Jimenel. And this is the 74s.
Phenomenal. Dips it in. And 3 white lights.
I'm not sure people appreciate just how good he is. And that's the end of the first round. And we only have the one red light, and that was Austin. And it wasn't for depth, it was just losing balance on the way back up. And we're into the second round, and it's Bogdan Pop of Romania again. 210 kilos on the bar.
310 kilos, over 4 times body weight.
What? Backlund?
Yeah.
It's phenomenal, isn't it? With his opener.
It's a squat command.
Looks good.
3 white lights. Just got himself past the sticking point.
Yeah. Now Gregory Austin, well, he's out very quickly, James, because he's had to take the same weight again, so he's not even had that 6 lifters rest that we were talking about.
You know, these guys are coming out quickly. I know you get a minute each, but
They're not taking it.
no, you're probably looking for a whole flight. Where are we now? Probably 6 minutes in total for all those 6 lifters.
Yeah.
He'll be taking every second he can out there. Cutting it fine though if he's not careful.
He may be leaving it to the third round because he doesn't feel he's ready. And he's worried that if he attempts it again and fails, he'll be too exhausted to get it third time. So I think tactically they've decided to leave it and put everything in the last round attempt.
Clock runs down.
And that will be recorded as a no lift. And we move on to Jan Moore from Czechia, 245. New PB if he gets it.
PB on your second lift. It's been a good day out so far then. good history of powerlifting in the Czech Republic. Gets the up command from the coach.
Well, that was really good fight.
3 white lights and a personal best. If there's ever a place you wanted to do a PB, it's at an international competition.
In your home nation.
For all we know, it might just live around the corner.
Now Diego Milani, good at 240, really solid. Takes it up to 2.5, 2.5.
He looks comfortable.
Very strong up again.
3 white lights. That was deep as well, wasn't it?
It was good. See the replay?
How deep he managed to get with this. Perfection.
Now Singhi, hard to believe, but 2 more lifts and the second round is over. And just a reminder that at the end of the third round squats, there'll be a 10-minute break, and then we'll do it all again in bench press. So this is Ere Singhi, 277.5. As we said, ranked in second, but another word for second is best of the rest behind Backlund.
Very nice. 3 white lights, and that secures him silver medal in squat.
Well, with the exception of Austin, we've not had a red light yet in this class.
No, they've been good.
And one of Austin's red lights was because he wasn't ready to come out. Too short a turnaround. Now this is Kjell Egil Backlund again. 325 kilos
Almost
on the
4.5
bar.
times his own body weight.
The discipline you must have as well to go down a weight class when you were already the champion at the higher weight class and maintain that. It's phenomenal. Oh, that's a great squat again.
Yes.
Great squat. Well, he got a red from the centre
Red from the
referee.
centre, that's a surprise from this angle, but
I thought that was well
2 white
deep.
lights.
Oh, that was way in. Now we're into the third round. Bogdan Pop, Romania, 215 kilos. Really had to work on the 210. I'm not sure I've ever seen such a quick turnaround in a equipped squat competition. But then I wasn't in Milan.
No, that was quick. Dean was rapping before it even got to the bottom of the platform.
Looks good.
3 white lights and amazing, perfect attempt selection for the Romanian coaching team.
Now Gregory Austin, yeah, this is the big one, James.
He's had a 10-minute break now, hasn't he, would say, which is ideal for most lifters. Get his head together. How he comes.
But he's in the last chance saloon, having only taken one attempt. and we wish him well.
Crowd can sense it. They're all cheering him on.
As you say, James, he's just got to maintain that line.
Sit back.
No, 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 no. And sadly, Austin is disqualified. He leaves the competition.
So unfortunate.
Four more lifts. Next up is Mur from Czechia.
He's had a good competition thus far. Already got a personal best. Looking to extend it by 7.5 kilos.
Yeah, good jumps, 10 and 7.5.
This will give him a 10 kilo personal best. Sets it up.
No, just too much.
He knew the minute he tried standing up. Cost it a little bit, I think, also.
Now that means that Diego Milani has got the bronze medal. That lift from Moore could have taken it away in body weight. He still needs this for total. But he's in with a good chance of bronze overall and some chance of a silver. No one will come near Backlund as long as he gets openers. The battle, as we have said, is to be the best of the rest. This is another 12.5 kilo jump from Milani. Oh, that's a great squat.
3 white lights. Fantastic squat. He's fired up today.
Very impressed with that.
You know, I think Martin, with jumps like he's taking, he could challenge that second place overall.
Yep. Now, Erisingi from the Netherlands, 285 kilos. He is the silver medalist in squat, but he will have an eye on the total. He will know that Milani has closed in a little bit. But if he gets this, he himself will have made a 20 kilo jump from first to third. Great lifting. 3 white lights, and look at the joy.
Great work.
Well, what a battle we're going to have for silver. And now we have Kjell Egil Backlund, 340 kilos. Are you working out percentages, James?
Well, it's 4.63 times above his body weight.
Oh. That must be close to a record in itself.
It's got to be, hasn't it?
And of course, Kjell will have an eye not just on the title, but on the best lifter. And if he carries on like this, he's got to be in with a shout. Some fantastic lifters to come late in the week, of course. Billy and Rubets will contest the 105s.
So far, on best lifter in IPF points, he's way ahead.
Oh, he likes it.
What do the referees have to say about that one? Oh,
Depth.
caught on depth by all three.
Well, that ends a really quite spectacular squat session. in this first men's session in the Open Championships. Just a quick reminder before we go to a break. Gold medal in squats in the 59s goes to Darius Vizola with 247.5. He has a 7.5 kilo lead to take into bench press. In the 66 kilo class, gold medal goes to Hassan El Belghiti with that fantastic final squat of 295. He leads by 25 kilos from Antti Savalainen. But of course, the big news from the 66s is Mariusz Grotkowski has gone. He did not get a squat in. He cannot make a total. And in the 74s, well, as expected, gold to Kjell Egil Backlund with a fantastic 325 kilos. 40 kilos further back is Ire Singhi, and that's not to dismiss what he's done. It was fantastic lifting. And Diego Milani another 20 kilos further back, but he's not that far away in prognosis, and it promises to be really exciting as we move forward to the bench press. We'll go to a short break. Please join us in about 7 minutes' time. And welcome back to the second session here on day 4 of the European Equipped Powerlifting Championships, coming to you from the Park Hotel in Pilsen, Czechia. It says open women 59 to 74 bench, ignore that, it's open men. Quickly reviewing the results of the squat, which you'll have seen if you were with us earlier. Vizola takes gold in the 59s. El Belgiti takes gold in the 66s. And Kel Egil Backlund takes gold in the 74 kilo class. I'm joined once again by James Brinkat Smith. Welcome back, James. Looking forward to a really good bench press competition.
Oh, it's going to be great, I think. See if Backlund can extend his lead in the best score in overall lifter. Currently at 40.5 points.
And of course, El Belgiti and Savalainen locked together in prognosis. We'll see if that opens up one way or the other during the course of the bench. And Vizola and Sant'Angelo, the prognosis has them only 10 kilos apart before we go into the first bench. And it's Ahadzanian from Ukraine who opens with 110 kilos. Alexa Ahadzanian. And just to tell you, let's see this lift first of all. Well, that's good. We had some dramas with his opening 2 squats. It'll do him the world of good to get his first bench in. And we just wait for the referees. I think we have a slight problem with the lights, but it should be a good lift. And while we're waiting for that, let me just tell you that Mariusz Grotkowski has withdrawn from the competition. He will not take any benches or deadlifts. He is out. So we are down to 5 in the 66 kilo class. We're also down to 5 that can contend for a total in the 74s, but Austin is continuing in the competition and indeed has a good chance of medals in both bench press and deadlift. So this is Sant'Angelo, 127 kilos. This is where Vizola can open a gap that Sant'Angelo will then close again on the deadlift. So it's vital to both lifters to eke out every kilo they possibly can. Don't give anything away. Don't go for less than you're capable of. What a fine balance it is.
Locks it out.
Yes, I think he's got it.
Oh, there you go.
No, blues and yellows. Possibly the butt came up and we couldn't see that. It's common as yellow. Yeah, the butt's up on the way down. Look.
Yeah. Butts up. Centre ref gave for downward movement. The blue from the centre.
Yeah, and there was downward movement, which we can see in replay. Now, do you think that was just too heavy, or is it something he can put right?
He just needs to have a look at that shirt. It's maybe a little bit too tight. Here comes Bernie.
130 kilos, lifting in the 66 kilo class.
Tucks it in.
That looks good. He's got a long way to travel, Bernie. He's got long.
No
yellows. Butt must have come up. Let's check.
Daylight. Look at that daylight. Daylight on the way down.
Absolutely. Oh.
Come on, Bernie. You could drive a bus through there.
Well, what would you do to put that right, James?
I'd just have a word with him and tell him to keep it down. He knows what he's done. You know, Bernie's such a seasoned lifter.
Yeah.
Very successful in classic and equipped lifting. Goes against all the trends.
So this is Osmielovsky in the 59s, 140 kilos.
beauty.
That's a good lift.
3 white lights.
Ladies on the power deck for Germany, Musi, Romania.
Now, Gorga Moise from Romania, 155. We're still in the 66s. After this, we'll go back to Vizola in the 59s.
Has a good chat to the centre handout person. Always key when you're coming on for your first bench press to get it exactly where you need it. More so in equipped lifting than it is in classic lifting. So specific. It's a different sport to classic.
Feet are very narrow. Looks good.
2 white lights.
1
You
yellow.
only need 2. Wonder what the last one was for.
I wonder if it might be a foot touching the bench.
Maybe a little bit of butt lift.
Oh
there.
no, the butt did come up, yeah. So he got off with one, really. And now back to 59s for Vizola. Lifting as well as I've seen him lift for years today.
160 kilo bench press for a 59 kilo.
As an opener.
Masters 1 lifter. Confident on the way
Quite a
down.
loose shirt as well, James. He got the touch
Very
quite
loose,
easily. Mind you, I suppose 160 kilos will help with that when you only weigh 59.
Well, it will do, but no, that's a very, very easy touch.
Yeah.
Easiest touch we've seen from the men all day.
Now, Hassan El Belghiti, look at that statistic. Competing 23 years.
He's been competing longer than maybe a few of our open lifters. That's a good touch.
Great bench. Had to work a wee bit through the midsection, but
3 white lights.
it's powerlifting. You expect to have to work. Now, Ivaziov. 2 to go in the first round. Ivaziov and Savalainen.
Throws himself under the bar. Lock it out.
No, it's just come down on the left. Oh, he was so close.
Downward movement.
Yeah, it was downward movement when it was almost locked out. Not on the way up before that. I was keeping a close eye on the bar, and then the butt came up as well. And I guess one of the referees that pressed blue could just as easily have pressed yellow. Now it's Antti Savalainen, last out in the first round. 190 kilos for the great Finn. Trains in the same club as our colleague Mervi. No.
Not today, not
No.
yet.
What do you think that'll cause that, James?
It's an opening lift. It's a quick bench pressing. We'll get that down. We'll quick tweak that. We had a very easy touch to get it up in the
Yeah.
first place. His feet slipped as well.
Yes, lost tension. So maybe just the feet still, maybe the shirt down a little bit so the
Pull that
touch
shirt
isn't
down a
quite
touch,
so easy.
make it that little bit more difficult to touch. Maybe put his feet back a touch a little bit more.
Now Ahadzanian from Ukraine starts the second round with 117.5 kilos. A reminder that after the third round in the flight, we move straight to flight 2, which is the 74 kilo class.
Gets himself set.
He had to battle,
Gets 2 white lights.
gets a blue light from Bryn, presumably for downward movement. Let's have a look.
Yeah, it's hard sat on the side there.
Yeah.
If one arm lifts a little bit disproportionately quicker than the other, and you do get that tendency to have a perceived downward movement from the side.
Now Sant'Angelo in the 59s missed his opener. He's retaking it. And of course this will help Vizola because it creates a little bit more of an advantage because Sant'Angelo can't move forward. He has to take the opener again.
Gets himself set. No, not today yet. Come on.
What's your take on benchers not wearing a belt, James?
You know, I tried for years with a belt, I tried for years without a belt, and sometimes you find it so difficult to touch if a belt really does hang on to everything that it can be a hindrance. Here comes Bernie for his second lift.
Coach Dean Bowring looks on.
That's it. Come on, Bernie.
Well, as he kept his butt down this time, let's see what do the referees say.
Yes! 3 white lights.
3 white lights.
You could see that he set up completely differently. He gave his butt a tap on the way off to go, look, I kept it down this time. Yeah.
Much better.
We tweaked that shirt a bit. It was harder for him to touch, but he got it.
Yeah. Now Osmilovsky, 150 kilos in the 59s.
Already got himself on the board. Consistently chipping away, building his total. Great touch, great press.
He gets a blue.
Blue from centre ref.
Well, that certainly didn't pick up any downward movement or lack of lockout, which would be the main reasons for blue. Watch the bar again. Maybe there was a slight oscillation at the very top, but it was more a lockout rebound than a downward movement. But he gets it as a good lift, 2-1. Now Darius goes 165 kilos. Again, a ridiculously easy touch.
He's getting such easy touches, but they fly him back up.
Yeah. What's the secret?
I don't know.
Just being strong, I
I'll have a
think.
chat with him afterwards, I think.
put on a loose shirt and be incredibly strong. Now Gorgi Moise, he's jumping 10 kilos to 165.
Jeder Zero. Nächste Stunde.
That's a hard touch.
The contrast between that and Vizola
Yeah.
is the absolute both extremes of equipped bench
One side to
press,
the
isn't
other.
it?
He doesn't look stable from the offset though, did he?
No, the feet are moving slightly. Really struggling with it now, and then it went back and lost it. And
It's
were
fine
it
though.
not for safety rails in the old days, that could have been quite nasty. Now, Ivaziov missed his opener, retaking the same weight again.
Gets himself settled.
No, same as last time.
Three red lights.
He's complaining about something. I thought I heard someone saying something just
think
after he'd
centre ref.
started.
The centre ref shouted touch and then press. I think he gave the wrong press command at first.
Right. He may well get that again.
Yeah,
The
it's
Polish coach is at the jury table, but meanwhile let's watch Hassan El Belghiti take a 5 kilo jump to 170 kilos. No. No. Well, I always think if you miss 5 kilos more than you opened with, you're very fortunate with your opener. But he's got another attempt, and yeah, it may be that the butt came up. He knew he wasn't going to get the lift and
So
just
Kassel
didn't
Aguilera's
waste
through
any more energy. Now, Antti saw the line and missed his opener, and he missed it quite badly. So he's taking the same weight again. And this will put him on the same subtotal as El Belghiti if he gets it. And take the lead in bench.
There you go. That's
That
so
is
much better.
so much better, isn't it?
Three white lights.
That's equipped lifting for you. Totally buried him the first time, and he absolutely smashed it out of the park when he came to take it again. And we're into the third round. And it's Ahad Sanian. 122.5 kilos for the Ukraine lifter.
Benching twice his body weight without wrist wraps.
No, didn't just
See
look.
what they say.
Yellows. Just wondering if the butt comes up.
There it is, look.
Yeah. Yeah, and that renders everything else superfluous. Now Jacopo Sant'Angelo in the 59s, 127.5 to stay in the competition. Now we were expecting him to battle with Vijola for the title. He may still do so, but in order to do so, he must make this bench press or he is out. No. No. And Sant'Angelo has gone. Thoughts, James?
I think we might see an appearance from the Italian coach. He was given a start command before he was ready, it seemed. His butt was still up, he wasn't set, got given a start command. Italian coach going over to the jury to appeal. Here comes Bernie.
Well, Bernie at least has one on the board. So surely if he was given the start command, the other two referees must have taken their hands down.
No, you only need a majority. If one of the referees has, then you can get the start command.
No.
There you go, Bernie.
1 out of 3, but it's good enough to get him into deadlifts, which is far and away his strongest lift.
It is. Jury's still deliberating about that. No, you only need, if 2 out of the 3 referees agree that it's ready, then he can get start command.
But the referee that keeps his hand up must give a red light.
Correct.
So Osmilovsky, 157.5 kilos. And now, well, there's huge gaps between first, second and third if Sant'Angelo isn't reinstated or given another chance. And all 3 remaining lifters will take a medal if they get a deadlift in. And we pretty much know who's going to get what.
Pavel.
No. Well, he locked it out, I think, but it's going to get blues.
Blue, yellows.
Blue. Pick a colour. Now, Darius Vizola, 170. Talk us through this one, James. I'm amazed by how strong his press is, given how easy his touch is.
I will be very interested to see what his classic bench press is like, because I don't think he's going to be much far off his equipped. He must be pulling this down so hard as well.
Yes, it's counterintuitive, isn't it, to pull all that weight down, but that's what you have to do.
His shirt doesn't look loose, does it?
No. And he's not even taking maximum grip width. It's pinkies on the rings. Here we go. Looks like a classic lift, doesn't it?
That is pure raw strength.
Yes.
3 white lights.
Amazing. I bow my hat. Now, Ivaziov. Yeah, the jury has given Ivaziov another attempt, James.
Perfect.
Because, as you say, the press command was given.
He just didn't look ready.
Before he was ready.
The start command, wasn't it? And you just need to get on with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, sorry, the start command, yeah. No. And the trouble is now he has to follow himself quite quickly. Because there's 3 of them on 170, and Ivaziov is the first.
Jerry, keep on, please. Now we need to take care of that. We need to order for the third round. Yes,
Well,
number 7, the rest and number 8 and number 9. That means we need stop.
no,
stop.
it's Ivaziov again,
That means we need to give him
but
3 minutes.
he
right?
needs 3 minutes on the clock, so we'll
4
take a
minutes.
break for 3 minutes. And the reason is because, let me explain, if a lifter follows himself, he must have at least a 3-minute rest. And Ivaziov is having to follow himself because although 3 lifters are going for 170 in the third round, you have to go in lot order. Ivaziov is lot 7, Moise is lot 8, and Elbegiti is lot 9. So Ivaziov has to follow himself, and therefore, as you can see, there's 4 minutes on the clock, which is the 3 extra minutes he gets, plus the minute he would normally get.
3 plus 1.
And as the clock ticks down, well, we just wait. There's nothing we can do. It's not great television. James, can I just reflect back with you on this morning's competition? What was the reaction to Ellie Steele for winning her first major international title?
It's fantastic, and you know, for us as her team coaches and for Emma also, it makes what is going to be a great springboard for them both to go through to the World Games in July. We've got the biggest team Great Britain's ever been sent out to the World Games. Tony Cliff, Ellie Steele and Emma Goodwin going out there. And for Ellie, this is going to be great, and for Emma also. Emma pulling a European record deadlift. She knows that when she goes out to the World Games, there's a world record on the cards there if it all goes right for her. Ellie was just Ellie, and yeah, it was a very emotional morning for all of us, really.
And she went 9 for 9 as well.
Yeah, like we always say, you just got to grind away, build that total, be consistent, look at what you've got. You know, and you can win championships by playing within yourself, as Ellie's proved today.
And she certainly did on the bench. She was well within herself, but she did what she had to do.
Well, I'll tell you a secret, Martin. That was a loose shirt today for a bench.
Yeah. Well, I think we were both in the same place at the same time when we saw her bench 160.
Yeah.
I think it was the British last year, not this year.
It was last June, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. 2021 British.
Yeah.
She's a phenomenal lifter, and no, it'll be good. It'll be good. It's great for her, and it's great to hear the British anthem on that top podium.
Indeed. And I guess I remember Ellie. It took her ages to bench 140, and once she got to 140, it was like she was through a mental barrier, and she went to another place. Maybe when she has won her first international title, the same thing could happen.
Yeah.
In terms of
totally.
Of titles in the future.
Totally. I mean, lifting is more of a mental game than a physical game, and if you're in your head, you haven't got that number in there, and if you approach that platform with the slightest bit of doubt in your head, then it's never going to work for you. But no, it's been a great morning, and both these girls can go forward.
And one last question before Ivaziov comes out. Where did that third deadlift come from? That was phenomenal.
Bit of magic in it.
Now, Kamil Ivaziov, because he's following himself, and he's following himself because he had a failure that was overturned by the jury, and he came back at the end of the second round, but he was then the first lifter out in the third round. So we wish him well. This to stay in the competition.
Touch looks better.
No.
What a shame.
What a shame, as you say, James. What a shame. And Ivaziov has gone. Both poles in the 66 kilo class are out, and we are down to 4.
That's really shaking the whole class up.
And now Gorgi Moise missed 165, so he's gone for 170. Probably ramped the shirt down a bit. Romanians are great bench pressers these days, and they will know exactly what they're doing. Look at the fight. Look how tight the shirt is. Oh, how did he get that locked out? Oh.
Oh, downward
What
movement.
a battle. I think there
was
was
up?
downward movement quite early. But what a fight.
Those lights were all up before he'd even finished pressing it, I believe. That's really opened up the 66 kilo class now.
Yeah, there was the downward movement. But the fact that he locked it out from the, I thought he was gone.
He did well. He did really well.
Now Hassan El Belghiti. Miss 170, taking it again. And we can see now the battle for bronze overall between Moise and McGurk. Oh, what great lifting from Belghiti. I think that's good, unless there's something we haven't seen. It's
Grind it
three
out.
wide lights.
There's some grit and
Oh,
determination in that lift.
wow, that is so impressive.
That's experience lifting right there. This really has shaken it up. The battle for third place now in the 66 kilo class is going to be
Now
very
Antti
nice.
Savolainen. So we've got a battle for gold and a battle for bronze. Promises to be fantastic. One more bench press in flight 1, then we're straight to flight 2. 6 lifters, it'll rattle by. 5 in contention for the podium, because Austin did not get in the squat, but he's continuing. And this is Antti Savolainen. And all over Finland, they'll be screaming at their screens. Savolainen, a hero in one of the strength sport nations. And he's battling and battling and battling, but no, has to give up. Just too heavy. Well, that leaves El Belghiti and Savolainen only 5 kilos apart at subtotal, and both opening on 270, and both probably capable of going over 300. In the 59s, Vizola is pretty much there, just has to get a deadlift in, and we move without a pause to the 74s. Bogdan Pop is first up.
Listen carefully now. The jury gave the Sant'Angelo from Italy the new attempt. Was that correct? On 127.5.
Well, we said Sant'Angelo was out. The jury has given him a new attempt at 127.5. So he has one more chance to stay in the competition. Can you remember, James, what the fail was and why? I can't. What the fail was and why he might have got it again?
Can't recall now.
We see so many so quickly, and the focus is always on the next one. But whatever, the jury has decided that Sant'Angelo gets a new attempt, and this is to stay in the competition. And if he does, he will stay within touch of the title, because we thought Vizola was home and hosed. This will put Sant'Angelo to within 20 kilos of him in prognosis, and the Italian coach looks on. Oh, I think he's done it.
It looks good. Yes,
2 to 1. Wow, and for whatever reason, Sant'Angelo is back in the competition. and suddenly Vizola has competition, and the whole complex of the 59 kilo class has changed with that one lift. And we move on to the 74 kilo class. Bogdan Pop, Romania, 140 kilos. A reminder that after the end of third round bench press, we take a 10-minute break, and then the deadlift should be absolutely compelling viewing. Great bench press.
3 white lights. Blink and you'll miss it. This flight's going to fly through again.
You said it now. Gregory Austin, 155, looking for his first good lift of the day.
On he comes.
Representing Belgium, of course. Quite a narrow grip as well.
Very. But there you go. 3 white lights. A wide squat stance. Narrow bench.
Where you would look to go a little narrower on the squat and a little bit wider on the bench.
I'd look to swap them, yeah.
Now Singi from the Netherlands squatted really, really well. Finished with 285.
These benches for this 74 kilo class are all so close together.
Yeah.
With the exception, of course.
Yes. Looks good.
Drive it through. 2 white lights. Blue
Downward movement from the center referee. Not sure we'll see it if it's at the very top with the camera angle, which is more set up for the butt. It was a bit staccato, but I'm not sure it actually went down. But now Diego Milani, Italy, he's having a good day. 165 kilos for his opening bench. And as we say, we're looking at the best of the rest here, James, if Backlund gets one bench and one deadlift in. And Milani is very much in that mix.
It's a good touch.
Good bench.
3 white lights. Weight remains the same on the bar.
More Czechia, 165 kilos as well.
He's had a good morning so far.
Great bench press.
And 3 white lights. Here we go then. 215 kilos.
At 74 for an opener.
Bucket. Full.
In fairness, I've seen Phil Richard do this kind of weight at this kind of body weight, but I can't think of many others.
No. Coach is stepping the bar.
Just
Need
getting
to
the
reset
blocks
the
out.
clock. Reset the clock.
Yeah.
Blocks out for the lifter.
Yeah.
Clock restarts.
Yeah, if he hadn't asked for the blocks and then requested them, it would be in his own time.
Correct.
But given that he nominated blocks at weigh-in, if they forgot to put the blocks out, then it's in their time and he gets the clock reset. – 215 kilos. No!
Oh.
Well, I wasn't expecting that.
To be fair, I don't think he was either. Discussion with the side ref.
Went back, and rather than up and then back, just straight back.
But that's the trouble you've got. That shirt was is very tight.
Yeah.
And there's many a person who's had it flow over the face before.
And particularly if your focus is on the touch,
Yeah.
you perhaps don't focus enough on the first few inches when it comes back off the
Well, when
chest
it's- yeah,
and
when-
let the shirt just take it.
When it's so tight to touch,
Yeah.
it can just flip.
But he's got two more attempts. Bogdan Pop starts the second round. As you said, James, blink and you miss it. 150. No, that's going to be blues, I'm afraid. Well,
Three
three
white
white lights. My apologies to the lifter. Even though I was right. But he gets it, and good luck to him. Now, Gregory Austin, 165. $10-kilo jump. Can't make a total.
Ivane, oni neměli napsaný ty, jakou vejšku. Oni neměli napsanou, jakou vejšku bloku. Vůbec to nemají napsaný, tak je neotravují. Start! Press!
Well, not a gripper, no, that's a good lift for Austin.
Two more
Gets
white lights.
one yellow, must be the butt. So often we think it's a good lift, the butt comes up. Yeah, daylight there. But he gets it 2-1. Now Eri Sinji, 170 kilos. Really strong with his opener. And of course, with Backlund not having a lift on yet, this puts him from 4th to 1st position. 3 of them on 170. Sinji is the heaviest. Good battle.
There's a good press in the end. 3 white lights. Bar remains the same.
You sounded like an announcer there, James.
Well,
Done it once or twice. Diego Milani. This will put him from 3rd to 1st place in the bench on body weight ahead of Sinji.
Start. Press. Next.
Looks good. He's having a really good day,
white
Milani.
Ladies on the bar and the right hand for Johan Morin, Czech Republic.
That's a good press.
Following 1 minute, Morin.
And Jan Moore from Czechia next. I've just been given information that Backlund is to be given a new first attempt because the blocks were substandard, they were faulty, and he couldn't get a proper grip with them, so he's been given another opening attempt.
Understandable. I did notice that they did slip when he first
Yes.
put his feet on them.
Start.
But of course it means there'll be another 3-minute delay, because after he takes his first round lift again, he's going to be there for a second round lift.
At the end. No, he will be.
No,
correct,
will
sorry
be
about
next. So I better think of some more questions for you, James. We've got another 3 minutes to fill.
So bar loading 1 minute, crocodile. It was for his first attempt, right?
So although it's showing us a second attempt, the computer hasn't been updated. This is actually Backlund's first attempt. And of course that would have caused a loss of tension, which would have meant that the bar went straight backwards.
Press.
There you go, look.
Normal service is resumed.
3 white lights.
Now,
Now he'll put his second attempt in.
yeah, he's going to have to follow himself. So we've got to fill another 3 minutes, James. And I think what we're going to have to talk about is the rest of the British team. We've had huge success in the first morning with a European title for Ellie Steele and a deadlift record as well for Emma Goodwin. Where do you think the best British chances lie the rest of the week? And I guess the first answer may be Bernie McGurk,
Well,
because he's honing in on a medal, isn't he? He's only
very
got 2
close.
out of 6.
well, he's got 1 in each discipline.
Exactly,
You know, and
exactly.
you know as well as anybody else as Martin.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
Yeah,
And he's only 7.5 kilos behind third place.
on
Bernie's
prognosis, yeah.
Bernie's been put on the team for his deadlift prowess, and he's a good. Bernie is a good deadlifter.
Yeah.
He is a very good deadlifter.
Put the clock on 3 minutes.
And I see Rob Palmer's back in the fold. We've not seen
Palmer's
him
back.
lift on the international stage for a while.
No, he's strength and conditioning coach for London Irish Rugby Club. And owing to his commitments with that, he's got a young family at home. That international travel is something which he's felt for a while hasn't been fair on his family, with him being away with the team most of the time anyway. But he's decided he's going to come away with us this year. He's got this today. He's dropped a weight category back down to the 83s, lifting as an 83s. In the open category, he's a Masters 1, looking to possibly break some Masters world records.
Fantastic. And
He's
as
one
good a
heck of a
bench as
lifter.
ever.
He's one heck of a lifter.
And where do our other chances lie? What about Jack Johnson?
Jack's
He's in the
good.
105s.
Jack's in the 105s. and
Huge
he's looking
competition.
strong. It's, I think out of all the categories that you want to be in, you wouldn't want to be in the 105s. And you
Rivettes and Billy.
Whoa.
And they're on nominated numbers. They're tied at, I think it's 1,025 each.
That's just silly, isn't it?
It is. I mean, if there was one of them, you would think it was silly. If there's 2 of them, it's just ridiculous.
It's good to have Jack back. Jack's taking
Yeah.
a little bit of time out
Yeah.
also.
He's
come
played
back up to
around with his
105.
weight as well, hasn't he?
Well, you know, he's done a bodybuilding competitions in the recent years. He went all the way down to 93s, and he's back up again. I think he went down to 83 at one point.
Yes, I thought he had, yes.
Yeah, and he's come back up to 105, and he's looking good on it. He's looking strong. His training is absolutely phenomenal. He trains with Dean Bowring. So, yeah, another one of Dean's proteges.
There are quite a few.
Well, there are.
Another one has just walked past us.
They have Ellie. And, of course, a notable absence this year from the Europeans is Ray Bowring.
Yes, he's over in the USA.
He's over in the USA. He flies back home on Monday, ready to come and compete at the British Junior Championships, that's going to be a great show this year. That's in Birmingham. Next week, starts next Wednesday.
Fantastic. So if you are in the area, what better way to spend a few days?
Nip along to the Gymshark Lifting Club for the Alico British Junior Championships.
Promises to be fantastic.
You know, and it's a shame Ray wasn't here this year. He may have won Raw. He's one special player, is Ray.
Yeah.
And he's doing some great things. The only person to ever get a scholarship for powerlifting from Great Britain.
Yeah.
He's got some great support.
Oh, I see some of
well.
his training videos, and the way they shout and cheer him on when he's just in the gym. It must be so inspirational.
Well, you know, his training is there as a freshman, but he's there. He benches with the freshmen, but he goes and squats with the seniors.
Yeah, and probably shows up most of them.
He's fitting in very, very well.
Yeah, it sounds great.
It'd be great to have him home again. We miss him when he's away.
I remember him in this very venue as a little kid a few years ago, running, soaking through the corridor as he jumped in the swimming pool fully
managed
clothed.
to get through security.
Yeah.
He'd won the championships that day, hadn't he?
Yeah. And hasn't he grown into a fine young man in the intervening period?
His dedication to the sport, and he's got support from every corner. No, he's a great star for Great Britain.
Yeah. So this is Kjell Egil Backlund, his second attempt, 225 kilos. Put 10 on the bar, and of course what it's done, it's given the other lifters in the class another 3 minutes rest, which they probably badly needed with the pace it was going at. So with the proper blocks in place. Kjell Egil Backlund does what Kjell Egil Backlund does. Fantastic.
We're waiting for the 3 right lights. I'm sure they're on the way.
Problem with one of the referee's lights. And yes,
Brent. There you go. Well done.
And 1 round to go. Well, thank you, James, for helping me fill that time. I don't know what I'd have done on my own.
401 minutes. Thank you. Singing.
So Bogdan Pop, who I owe an apology to because I said there was downward movement and the referees all disagreed. He got 3 white lights. So well done to him. And he's put another 15 kilos on the bar. I got to imagine he's possibly in a tighter shirt. To jump that much.
They've had the time, haven't they?
Yeah.
No, it's the same shirt.
No. Yeah,
Still
now
a
you
bit
can
too
tell
heavy.
it's the same shirt. Now, Erisinji.
Emotions back there must have been running high. The excitement with Backlund missing his
Indeed.
first lift. The other ones would have got all excited.
Only for it to be dashed again. But it's only right that if the equipment was faulty, he was given the other chance, and he demonstrated, you know, what he could do with the proper equipment. So Erisinji, 172.5. That's strong.
Three white lights.
Now Gregory Austin, 172.5 for him as well.
Now, of course, he's staying in the competition. By the looks of things, he's got a chance of a deadlift medal.
Yes, he has. He's a good deadlifter. But sadly, for those who were watching the squats, you will know that he was unable to get a squat in, so was disqualified and cannot make a total. But he is allowed to compete in the other disciplines and to win medals.
Start! Press!
He's driving.
No, just can't look.
Right arm just isn't going.
Yeah, I just can't help wonder if he was 81 centimeters, he would already have locked out if he'd pressed the bar that far. But that's not for me to decide what's best, but the butt was up as well. Now Diego Milani is having a great day. This is for 177.5. He and Moore are battling for silver. They are both taking 177.5. Moore is the lighter lifter. So this is to move into silver medal position, guarantee a bronze. He's currently in 4th place, and possibly give him the silver medal. If he doesn't get it, he is out of the bench medals.
Start! Press!
That's good.
Bravo, Diego. Great lift.
Do we maintain this? There we go.
Three white lights. And now Moore can take the silver medal away from Milani. Milani is guaranteed the bronze. Moore is now in 4th place. And for him, medal-wise, it's silver or nothing. What a great competition they're giving us this afternoon. This for silver for Czechia.
That's the press.
Oh, that's good. Great bench press.
That's good from where we are. 3 white lights and a silver
Yeah,
medal.
silver to Moore, bronze to Milani, the gold to Backlund, who has one more attempt, and he's going 2-3-5. And you've got to think he's got an eye in the best lifter award, James. I mean, there's strong competition coming later in the week, but this is going to, we're going to make a note of the number he sets today, the points number, and that is going to take some beating.
He's on 68 points now. He's 6 points ahead of 2nd place in the best overall.
And he's got a bench and 3 deadlifts to go.
You know, he's not far for 900 total. At 74 kilos.
Start! Press!
Locks it out.
Oh, is the man even human?
2 white lights.
He gets 1 yellow from the near side referee. Let's just watch what that was for. Yeah, there was daylight. The British referee sitting his exam was right again.
Well done, Bryn.
And we will go to a quick break. Just before we go to the break, talk about referees and exams. Those of you watching in Great Britain in particular, you will probably know that Kim Cowell was sitting her IPF Cat 2 exam this morning. We went off air before we knew the outcome, but I'm delighted to tell you that Kim passed her Cat 2 and we just hope that after the deadlifts, Bryn Evans will be able to say the same. So we'll take a short break now. Join us for the deadlifts in about 8 minutes' time. And welcome back to day 4 of the European Equipped Powerlifting Championships, coming to you from the Park Hotel in Pilsen, Czechia. If you've been with us so far this afternoon, you would have seen fantastic men's squat and bench press competitions in the 59, 66 and 74 kilo classes. Fantastic, dramatic, sad for the ones who had to leave the competition. Everything is finally poised in 2 of the classes. In the 3rd class, we've got a lifter chasing the best lifter overall award, and 2 lifters behind him who will battle for the silver medal. So, as they say, James Brinkat Smith, it is all to play for.
Huge. Some great lifting so far.
Reminder that both the lifters to have left us are in the 66 kilo classes. The 2 Polish lifters, Grotkowski and Iwaziov, and another Polish lifter, Osmielowski, will open the deadlift competition on 170 kilos. A reminder, if you're just joining us, 2 back-to-back flights. Flight 1, the 59 and 66 kilo classes. Flight 2, the 74s.
8 lifters in this flight.
Yes,
It'll be
both
another
the
quick
Polish
flight.
lifters have scratched from the deadlift. So we're going to, it was rattling along fast enough as it was. It's going to be even quicker now. Good lift.
Oh, that was quick. 3 white lights.
That was good.
And we're off.
You couldn't have put it better.
Showtime.
Ahadzanian from Ukraine. Alexander Ahadzanian. And we remember the Alexander that isn't with us today in his normal seat as computer secretary because of things in Ukraine. And if you're watching, Sasha, as I'm sure you are, very best wishes, both from myself, everyone in the media team and everyone involved with the EPF. And that's a good lift.
3 white lights.
Now Vizola, he's taking 190 kilos.
I wonder if his deadlift is as quick as his bench.
Well, he doesn't mess about. And I saw him backstage and he was looking supremely confident. Very relaxed. Ready to go. Uses a sort of semi-sumo stance.
Making light work though.
3 white lights. And now we move into the 66 kilo class. I think what we'd normally do when I'm sitting here with Ralph, James, we let the first round of deadlifts unfold, and then once that's done we can start talking a bit more about positions and tactics and everything else. This is Moise, 200 kilos. Well, that looked strong with more in the tank.
That's a good one. 220 kgs.
Next we move back to the 59s, final lifter in the first round, Jacopo Sant'Angelo, who got a bit of a reprieve. Because of confusion over referee signals. And he now has the chance to post a total of 587.5 with 2 deadlifts remaining. Looks good. Bernie McGurk, Great Britain.
3 white lights.
245 kgs on the bar.
Do you want to talk us through Bernie, James?
Here he is now.
Longer than 1 minute, McGurk.
Masters 2 lifter. His other half gave birth to a baby only just over a year ago. He's got a 14-month child at home as a Masters 2 lifter. I don't know how he manages. Here we go. Great stance from Bernie. Gets down to the bar. Down we go.
That's
3 white lights, made light work of that again, Bernie.
And that puts McGurk to 6:02.5, 7.5 kilos behind Moise, who has jumped 10 for his next attempt. Now, Antti Savalainen, the battle for gold is between Savalainen and El Belghiti. With El Belghiti, we've got to say, James, the overwhelming favourite.
Something's going to go severely wrong if he doesn't get that.
I mean, they're very close at subtotal, but El Belghiti is opening 25 kilos heavier, and that one lift could be the difference. So this is Antti Savalainen. Good lift. Very easy, very controlled.
3 white lights. Last lifter of this flight. Good lifts all the way down the board so far.
I think I've seen Hassan do 318 in this very venue.
That's his deadlift PB, 318.
Oh well, that wasn't a
you
bad
go, eh?
memory, was it? And that was here, I think, 3 years ago, where he came from way, way behind to win with the last lift and set a new deadlift world record in the process. So 295 should be a walk in the park.
Gets himself set up.
How easy was that? A weight that you get a lot of super heavyweights struggling with.
3 white lights, everyone's on the board. 295 kilos, beltless.
Awesome. And there looked an awful lot more there, didn't there?
Just all smooth from beginning to end.
Yeah. I think he's probably won it with that one lift. Although Savalainen has gone 32.5 kilos more with his second.
Well, let's see, shall we?
That will be interesting. So before all that, Osmielovsky in the 59s, he's taking 180 kilos.
It's where Savalainen taking the big jumps. He's pretty much got second place in the bag anyway.
Yes.
May as well take a jump at the first.
It's a good lift.
Nice work. 3 white lights.
Now Ahad Sanian.
1 minute.
43 years old, as you said earlier, James. So many in this competition this afternoon are masters lifters. Including the top guy in the 59s and the top 2 in the 66s. In fact, 3 of the top 4 in the 66s are masters lifters. Oh, that's a good lift for Ahadzanian.
We're just flying through these.
Pardon?
You see Bernie McGurk's putting 257.5 for his second deadlift. A World Masters 2 record attempt.
Wow. Before that, Vizola with his half sumo technique. He's just an incredibly strong man.
So nice.
Yeah, that puts him to 6:17 and a half.
3 white lights. Barring any miracles from somewhere else.
Well, Sant'Angelo may have a Hail Mary third attempt. No, Jorge Moisa. His PB is 225, 210 on the bar today. This will put him to 620. McGurk will come back with 257.5. That will put him to 615.
Yeah, Bernie started off 7.5 kilos behind, third place. Just closing in.
Hook grip. Good from Moisa.
Beautiful. 3 white lights.
Now back to the 59s. Sant'Angelo 230. And this will put him to within 20 kilos of Vizola. He'll go to 597.5. Vizola on 617.5. Looks good. I thought he wasn't going to get the hips through for a moment
No,
there.
3 white lights, that was good.
Yeah.
Here comes Bernie. 257.5 kilos, a World Masters 2 record attempt. Will state if you want to break a record, you can chip it, but as he's not breaking an open record, he has to do it in 2.5 kilo increments.
Yes. Yeah, if it was the World Masters, he could go to 55.5 or anything between there and 257.5.
But there he goes.
It's moving. It's
And
locked
there it
out, and that looks like a new World Masters 2 record. Bernie
3 white
McGurk,
lights.
yes it is.
Well done,
3
Bernie.
white lights for McGurk, and he closes to within 5 kilos of Moisa. And of course, James, the fact that he follows Moisa means he knows what he'll have to put on the bar to beat him.
He can just do whatever he likes.
Yeah.
I mean, you're probably going to look at now a large attempt being put in regardless, and a change. There he goes, 262.5 kilos has gone in.
Now Antti Savalainen has taken a huge jump. 32.5 kilo jump to 302.5. This will be a new personal best. And this is to go ahead of Hassan El Belghiti. We thought El Belghiti was just about home, but this is a huge jump if it works. Savalainen will be right in there. Oh, he's pulling for all he's worth, and it is just too much. I guess he almost had to go for it, James. He's safe in second. He wasn't risking anything.
His grip was going there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Got it caught on his thigh.
Yeah.
No, he says, not today.
Now Hassan El Belghiti, 310 kilos. He's the World Masters 1 record holder with 318 kilos. He's coming within 8 of that with 1 round to go. And I'm just wondering if he smokes this. Will we see maybe 318.5 on the bar for his third round attempt? Looks calm, controlled, focused.
You think he would go for it, wouldn't you? I mean, he's won.
Why not if he's won it? You can only break world records at international events now. So you don't get many chances. So if you're in good shape and the opportunity comes along, take it. First of all, he's got to negotiate 310.
got to be confident with a 15 kilo jump.
Well, how easy was the 295?
Sits back. I'd say we've got a new world record attempt on the way, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I can't think of one good
3
reason
highlights.
why he wouldn't do it.
Just a case of waiting to see what number goes in.
Shall we have a little guessing game? If
I
I'd go
think
first.
You
Go
go
on.
first, Martin. Go on.
318.5.
320.
I think if I was going to go 320, I'd be tempted to go 320.5.
He's not going to gain any advantage,
No.
is he?
Just gets the record higher.
The number's gone in.
Osmielovsky, 190.
You were right, Martin.
I'm sorry. That looks good, and yes, just to confirm, Hassan El Belghiti has put in 318.5. Now Ahadzanian, just when I've got the hang of the name, he comes out for the last time. Alexander Ahadzanian, 205 kilos for the Masters 1 lifter from Ukraine. No, just couldn't get it past his knees. Lots of shouts of Davai, but when it's too heavy, it's just too heavy. Now, Darius Vizola, I think it's fair to say he's really impressed both of us today, James.
He's done so well.
I mean, I can't remember seeing Darius lifting better than this. This would give him 622.5 at a body weight of 58.92. Already on 617.5. And still not guaranteed to win because Sant'Angelo's put in a 25 kilo jump.
Nice, good work of that one.
Yeah, Darius has done all he can do. Am I correct in saying he's gone 9 for 9?
I do believe he has.
Yeah, I can't remember him missing anything. No, Gorgi Moise in Romania, 217.5. This would give him 627.5 and would give McGurk a target. McGurk is 190 grams lighter than Moise if it comes to body weight. I mean, that's a sip of water.
It's not much, is
But
it?
that could be the difference.
Difference between leaving your watch on and taking it off.
Yeah.
There he goes, look.
Great lift from Moise, and he's done all he can. 3 white lights. He celebrates. He thinks that's good enough for bronze medal overall. Will he be right or will he be wrong? McGurk
Wait a minute.
will have to change.
In comes Kim Cowell with a change for Bernie.
Yes, the change was inevitable. There's absolutely no reason for McGurk not to go for it. Meantime, Sant'Angelo. Well, this is an incredible lift. This is 255 kilos. This would beat Vizola on body weight. But he opened at 220. He's now going 255. Can he possibly bridge 35 kilos
You know,
in the
10
course
kilo
of
jump.
3 deadlifts?
First to second, 25 to the third. It's worth a crack, isn't it?
Why not? He's safe in second. This is to be the champion.
He's already got deadlift gold.
No.
Someone's glued that to the floor,
Yeah.
haven't they, today?
It was almost always going to be too heavy, wasn't it? But as you say, he had to try it.
And he still walks away with gold medal deadlift, second place overall.
Indeed. And now Bernie McGurk, another World Masters 2 record. But this time it's not just for the deadlift gold, it's to get on the podium. It's 12.5 kilos more than the record he set, 5-6 minutes ago.
Come on now, Bernie.
And if he gets it, he's on the European podium.
Masters 2 lifter.
Masters 2 lifter. But has the Romanian pushed him too far?
He's going.
It's
He's
going.
going. He's going.
Oh, did he get the down command? He thinks he's got it. No, I wasn't sure it was locked out, James. I wasn't quite sure it was locked, and
All the
they
colours of a
can't
Christmas
go to the
tree.
jury because it's all three reds. Watch it again. What do you think? I thought the shoulders needed to go back a fraction more.
He tipped forward and he lost
Yeah,
balance.
couldn't hold it. Maybe he got it there, but he couldn't hold. I just wondered if he got a very quick down command. But no, it's not to be, and a gallant failure. How close was that?
Wow.
Now, Antti Savalainen, 302.5. This would give him 762.5. Belghiti's already on 775. Savalainen can do no better than silver in deadlift and in total. No, no.
Sorry, Anthony.
It was a huge jump from first to second.
Okay, folks.
Always ambitious. And one more. And it's a world record deadlift attempt from Hassan El Belghiti. World Masters 2. No, it's a World Open record. It's a World Open.
It is. It is. It's a World Open record.
Yeah, he holds the World Open record. He's a Masters 1. Sorry, I said Masters 2 there. Masters 1.
Also open world record attempt.
Open world record.
Record attempt.
318.5 kilos. He's looked so good on his first two. Is another 8.5 kilos going to be enough to stop him?
With the speed that last one came up with, this has got to go well.
Here we go. He readies himself.
And we go.
Oh, just came out of his hands. I thought he had it. I thought he had it, and it just came out of his hands. But what a fantastic performance by Hassan El Belghiti. And just as we go into flight 2 to confirm, Dariusz Vizola from Poland is the European champion, 622.5. Jacopo Sant'Angelo from Italy, silver medalist on 597.5. Osmielowski from Poland takes the bronze, 550. And in the 66, Hassan El Belghiti is the European champion, 775. Antti Savalainen, silver medal, 730. Georgi Moise, bronze medal, 627.5. And just within a whisker of breaking the world M2 record, Bernie McGurk just misses out on the podium. And we missed the first lift. My apologies for that.
It was good though.
That was Pop from Romania. The action is so quick. I felt it was important just to summarize what you'd seen. And now Jan Moore from Czechia, and he's opening with 225 kilos. And the questions here: will Kjell Egil Backlund set a best points target that is too much for anyone else later in the week to follow? Who will finish second behind him? And where will the deadlift medals go?
Yeah,
Lots still to be decided.
He's had a good day, this kid, hasn't he?
Very good.
Nice.
Well, that puts him in 647.5.
260 kgs on the bar. Diego Melani, Italy.
Now Diego Milani, 260 kilos. And again, James, I think we'll just let the first round unfold, and then we'll be in a better position to see where people really are. He's a student with a PB of 280. 260 should be well within his comfort zone, and he's really lifted well today. And if he can match his PB, then who knows? We could see him on the he's almost certainly on the podium. Just a case of, can he catch silver, or will he have to settle for bronze? Well, that's good.
Well, with an opener like that, it's possible, eh?
Yeah. He seems really to be on fire today. Now Sinji, 262.5. He's the best of the rest at the moment. Seen the great Sofian Belkashir just walk into the building. He'll be lifting in the 105s. That's a good lift from Sinji.
And secondly, staying to 62.5 kgs on the bar. Gregory Ustin, veteran bar holding 1 minute.
Now Gregory Austin next. Couldn't get a squat in, James, but we think he may have a chance of a deadlift medal.
It looked that way. Originally he'd nominated 270 for his first deadlift, but he's brought that down to 262.
Which is still a PB. I think the PB was showing us 260. He's lighter than Sinji by 30 grams. And that 30 grams could be enough for a position. Now, Kjell Egil Backlund. Well, first things first, he needs to get this to make a total. Once he's made the total, he needs to see how far he can go and what target he can set in the best points listing.
Elbergiti certainly currently at the top of the points with 104. Some score that.
It is, but watch what happens to the points after Backlund gets his first deadlift in. Be interesting to see whether he's ahead or behind El Belgiti. I would suspect he would go to the top of the rankings. This to be European champion. Let's get that out of the way first of all. And the referees say 3 wide lights. European champion 2022, Kjell Egil Backlund. And has he gone to the top?
That puts him right at the top of the best lifter. 107.21 points.
With 2 lifts to go. What lifting we've seen in this first men's session. And what lifting we saw this morning. Now Pop has jumped 20 kilos. See the technical controller from Ukraine. just moved out of the background there. And it's great to see so many lifters, coaches and officials from Ukraine have been able to come here this week in spite of the terrible things happening in their country.
No, it's okay. 210 kgs, go down to Romania. Marie, next.
Yeah, handled that jump quite well.
And second day, 240 kgs on the bar. Jan, Marie, Czech Republic.
Yeah, Jan Moore, Czechia. As you say, James, he's had a really good day today. 240 on the bar, within 10 kilos of his personal best. Looks good.
And second day, 272.5 kgs on the bar. Iran, Ziki, Netherlands.
Ire Singhi from the Netherlands is next. 272.5 kilos. A new personal best if he makes it.
Following on Ziki. Steve, next.
He screams as he comes onto the platform. Second place behind Backlund, and this will move him into second place in the deadlift with lifters to follow who can take it away.
Sticks with
Looks
it.
good.
Bit of downward movement there from two referees. 2-1, no lift.
I think it may have been resting on the thighs. Both reasons for a blue. Now Gregory Austin, remember, he is grams lighter than Sinji, and this will move him into silver medal position overall. He can't make a total, of course. And Milani is still to follow.
Stretches through. Stretch and grow.
Three white lights. Now Diego Milani. He's making a 20 kilo jump. But James, how good was his opening deadlift?
It flew. It flew. So let's see where we go from there.
And this will put him into second place in the deadlift and second place overall. This would put him to 722.5, 2.5 kilos ahead of Sinji. Oh, this is a big lift for Milani. And if he can make that and show that there's something left in the tank. Oh, how good was that?
I wouldn't be surprised to see 300 kilos go on that bar next.
I think he'll put what he needs to get the silver on. But I think you're right, he could do 300 if he needed it. But I think it would be silly to risk it if he didn't.
Let Sinji lift first, and then if he needs to change, he can always bring it back down again.
Exactly.
Sinji's lower on lot numbers, so he'd have to lift first.
Yeah. And obviously he's taking less because he missed the 272.5. Now this is Backlund 315. This is to put him even further ahead on the best point system.
Milani has gone 300 kilos for his third attempt.
Wow, he may drop that, but it's a holder. And the centre referee not happy with the way it was locked out. Two side referees thought it was fine. I think it's just Kell's body shape, James.
Yeah, his shoulders look pretty forward from the front, but you can see from the side there, he's in.
Now we're into the third round. Bogdan Pop. And I think rather than confuse you with lots of if, buts and maybes, let's just call each lift as it comes. And the hall is really filling up now, and all eyes are on the stage. As Bogdan Pop attempts 220 kilos. Oh, what a battle, but he has to give in. Just too heavy. Now Jan Moore, 250 kilos.
Spotted in fourth place overall.
Yeah, he's safe from the fifth, way up behind the third, sorry.
1 minute. Already. Cindy, next.
Stretches
through. What a battle. 3 white lights.
3 white lights and a great day for the boy.
Now Ire Sinji, very important lift for him. Well, it's going to put him in second place. Milani's on 722.5. This will put Sinji on 730. He missed it last time. He got 2 blues. Not sure if that's for downward movement or resting on the thighs. But this to go into silver medal position overall. And if he makes this, Milani will come down. If he doesn't make it, Milani will attempt the magic 300. No, it's gone down. No, brave attempt by Sinji. Brave attempt by Sinji. He is on the podium, but he has to settle for third place. And next we have Diego Milani, who won't drop now, I don't think, because he has got the European silver medal. He will want to hit 300. Sorry, we got Gregory Austin first. I was looking at totals. Austin, of course, can't make a total, but can get a deadlift medal, and this would put him into silver medal in the deadlift. Ahead of everyone but Backlund. And then Milani would have to make a decision. What's more important, the 300 or the deadlift medal? No, too much.
So he still walks away with bronze though.
Yeah.
Walks away with bronze overall, so it's worth him carrying on going.
Yeah, a consolation.
Bronze medal for deadlift.
Now, Diego Milani, I have never ever seen Diego lift this well before, and I've seen him now quite a few years. His PB coming in was 280. He equaled it with ease.
There we go. He walks onto the stage.
And this is for
Arms
300. He's second in deadlift. He's second in total. But this is to match the double silver with the magic 300 kilos. He's having the best powerlifting day of his life, and it's going.
Go on,
It's
stretch it through.
Oh, he's locked it out. What do the referees say?
Oh, he's happy. Three white
It's
lights.
3 white lights. And look at the Italian joy as Diego Milani hits 300 kilos. Wow, what a performance, James.
This is phenomenal. Bacalund next.
Final lift of the session, and what a fantastic session it's been. I'm going to ask you for some reflections afterwards, so get thinking.
You know, he's coming on now. He's put 322.5 on. Not because he wants to win, because he's already got that, but he's looking at the points and the
Yes.
overall lifter. He's currently got more points than anybody scored at Worlds in November in Norway.
Wow. Come on, Kjell. One more time. No. Everyone has their limits, even Kjell Egil Bakelund.
8 for 9.
What a fantastic performance.
What a
Any
day.
final thoughts, James?
Well, it's just especially deadlifts has just been an absolute roller coaster, hasn't it?
Can I just interrupt you for a moment to do the results were on the screen? Perhaps give you a little bit more thinking time. The European champion in the 59 kilo class is Darius Vizola with 622.5 kilos. The champion in the 66 kilo class, Hassan El Belghiti, 775 kilos. The European champion in the 74 kilo class with an amazing 875 kilos, Kjell Egil Bakelund from Norway. James, I interrupted you. What a series of performances we've seen today, and weren't the three winners all hugely impressive in their own way?
It's well deserved. We've seen records fall, we've seen record attempts, close calls, we've seen medals go between themselves. It's been a fantastic afternoon of lifting, and we're not over it. There's more to come, isn't there?
More to come. Yeah, it's the 83s later at 1800 hours local time. That's an hour and 5 minutes, and there's so many.
Backelund is paused to take the best lifter overall.
Could
It's
well
going to
be.
take some doing. He's got 109 points. That's going to take some beating moving forward from the rest of the competition.
Well, James, thank you very much for sitting in and
It's been a
giving
pleasure,
Ralph
Martin.
a
Thank
little
you.
bit of a rest in a 3-session day. It's been an absolute pleasure commentating with you. Please stay with us for the medal ceremony, where you will see 3 hugely deserved champions being crowned. And join us again at 1800 hours local time here in Czechia for the men's 83 kilo class, 15 entries. So it's split into A and B groups of 8 and 7. Until then, from us in the commentary booth, bye for now.
presentation. For people will hand over the medals. That's the IFF President, Mr. Paul Wahlström. Together with the President, Mr. Valia. All of it will have a memory medal from these championships. So for the medals in the sport in the 59 kg class. Bronze medal goes to Poland, Pavel Lowski, 210 kg. Silver medal goes to Italy, Jacopo Santangelo, 240. Gold medal goes to Poland, Darius Lozola, 247.5. Thank you. And in bench press, bronze medal goes to Italy, Jacopo Santangelo, 127.5. Silver medal goes to Poland, Pavel Lowski, 150. And the gold medal goes to Poland, Darius Lozola, 170. Thank you. In deadlift, bronze medal goes to Ukraine, Alexander. I have some, 192.5. Silver medal goes to Poland, Darius Lozola, 205. The gold medal goes to Italy, Jacopo Santangelo, 230. Thank you. And for the total, bronze medal goes to Poland, Pavel Lowski, 550. Silver medal goes to Italy, Jacopo Santangelo, 597.5. And the gold medal and European champion from Poland, Darius Lozola, 623.5. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem of Poland. the total lifters. So, the remaining 66 kg class in the squat. Bronze medal goes to Romania, Georgia, Moisi, 255. Silver medal goes to Finland, Antti Sovalainen, 270. And the gold goes to France, Hassan El Belgadi, 295. Thank you. Then event first, bronze goes to Romania, Georgia, Moisi, 155. Silver medal goes to France, Hassan El Belgadi, 170. And the gold medal goes to Finland, Antti Sovalainen, 190. Thank you. The deadlift. Bronze medal goes to Brecken Van Merker. 254.5. Silver medal goes to Finland, Antti Sovalainen, 270. And the gold medal goes to France, Hassan El Belgadi, 307. Thank you. And for the total, bronze medal goes to Romania, Georgia, Moisi, 627.5. Silver medal goes to Finland, Antti Sovalainen, 730. And the gold medal and European champion from France, Hassan El Belgadi, 775 kg. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem of France. Thank you. So we are now moving to the 74 kg class squats. Bronze medal goes to Italy, Diego Milani, 265. Silver medal goes to Deadlift, Irene CD 285. And welcome goes to Norway Kjell Egil Vakkelund, 325 kg. Thank you. For the bench press, bronze goes to Italy, Diego Milani, 177.5. Silver medal goes to Czech Republic, Jan Murray, 177.5 of Irish Scotland. And the gold medal goes to Norway, Kjell Egil Vakkelund, 235. Thank you. And for the deadlift, bronze medal goes to Belgium, Gregory Agustin, 272.5. Silver medal goes to Italy, Diego Milani, 300. And the gold medal goes to Norway, Kjell Egil Vakkelund, 350. Thank you. And for the total in the main 74 kg class, bronze medal goes to Netherlands, Irene, CD 720. Silver medal goes to Italy, Diego Milani, 742.5. And the gold medal and European champion from Norway, Kjell Egil Vakkelund, 875 kg. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem of Norway. Thank you. Okay, all right. Music maestro, please give all the lifters a round of applause. And now,